Yes, everybody, welcome back to DR Sports. We are live at 5. I am joined today by Kenya. Welcome, Kenya. My phone's currently got the sounds coming out. Not anymore. We're back and we're here to talk about some big breaking news in the last, 5-6 hours?
Yeah.
It's Viktor Gyokeres to Arsenal. Here we go. As far as Fabrizio Romano is concerned, I think he's jumped the gun a little bit.
As Big Fab says. I mean, I'm gassed. Are you not happy for you?
Am I happy for you? It's a weird one because it's a weird transfer because I felt unsure about him signing for United just because it's Portuguese.
For United.
It's so hit and miss. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, unsure when he was signing for United, but then now he's gone to Arsenal. I'm a bit like, that's very good for Arsenal.
Yeah.
But I feel it's a little bit more like you needed just a striker to just kind of come into a very more settled environment compared to us.
I'm excited, man.
I think it could be a good transfer. Make sure, like, subscribe, comment, everything you disagree with, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Super chats, get him in, we'll reply to them all and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's start with Gyokeres. So you say you're excited, you're happy.
I'm so happy. I've said this like so many times. I said it on AFTV, I said it on LL Sports. When we were talking, like at the start of the window, we didn't even know who we were going to get. It was very much, Sesko's probably 90% the guy we're going to get. And I was just like, I'm not moved. Like, this is a guy. Do you know what? Okay, I think Sesko's a good player. I think he's good. But I just looked at it like, why are we taking a gamble on someone who's unproven? Do you know what I mean?
Especially that amount of money.
Exactly.
As well.
That amount of money. They wanted 90 million euros. That's a lot of money for someone that scored 13 goals in the league. And I'm like, is that much different to Havertz? It's not really. It's not.
No, it's not.
And I'm just like, he's almost like his build, the way he plays. Like, don't get me wrong, he strikes a ball much better than Havertz. But like, just the way he even looks and everything, I'm like, this is just a spicier version of Havertz. Like, I want someone who's actually different and someone who's not afraid of scoring. And I was just like, bring Gyokeres. He's just like, I thought it was an easy question. I'm just happy that Andrea Berti
like between the two of them.
Yeah, look, a lot of people were like, oh well, Gyokeres plays in the Portuguese league. There's a lot of questions. Don't get me wrong, there is a lot of questions, but I would respect the club more if they went and got the guy that scored the most goals in the whole of Europe. And we're not even just talking about Sporting, we're talking about even in terms of what he's done in the Champions League, what he's done for Sweden. I'd respect that more, that they went for the guy that's like the hot topic, the one that actually scores. We're seeing it amongst our eyes, and he doesn't do well compared to the novice who is actually a massive gamble and he doesn't do well. Do you get it? Mm-hmm. Like, I'd be like, okay, you know what? You actually went after the thing that actually scores. Like, it's almost like a freak thing, rather than going for a young, unproven player he's like 21, Sesko.
But yeah, 22.
Yeah, 22.
It feels like he's been around for about 7 years as well.
And I'm just like, Gyokeres, just go and take the gamble. Like, I'd rather it's a safer gamble than a young up and coming player that we don't really have time to wait for. So I'm so happy.
I'm going to ask you a question, and we'll put an asterisk on this, right? Because it's a complete wild prediction. If you give me a roundabout number, how many goals do you think he's scoring next season? Because although he's scored 98 goals in 102 games, I believe it is, at Sporting, which is, like, you say 98 goals in 102 games is insane. And when I was researching him, when we were linked with him, it was 66 goals in 68 games under Ruben Amorim. And you sit there and you go, that's jaw-dropping numbers. Because even coming from leagues, like players who are like too good for their league and stuff, they've got good stats. They don't have those stats.
Yeah,
but at the same time, there's been a lot of criticism around the fact that not a lot of his goals are headers. Yeah. Right? They're very transitional, very kind of one-on-one on the keeper. As well. Whereas you guys love a cross, you love a corner. We do. So, how many goals do you think he's going to hit? All comps this season, let's say, you do well in the cups or whatever.
I'm not sure.
But also at the same time, do you see any sort of red flag with a lack of headers thing? Or do you think that'll just be trained into him?
Look, if we're going to talk about starting with headers, there is a massive red flag because we love to cross. Like, Saka and Martinelli love crossing into the box. And even like someone like Declan Rice loves to cross in. And, I think if you look back to when we played Inter last season, and literally we cooked them for 90 minutes. We spent literally 90 minutes in their box, crossing in. And like, we just couldn't get anything in. We couldn't score and we lost the game. Like, that's one of our strong suits that we love to do. And it is a bit concerning that he doesn't score a lot of headers. But like, he said something. He did like an interview recently where he's like, "Oh, I just don't really score headers because the wingers I play with are basically a bit rubbish. They don't like crossing." So I'm like, okay, like I'll take that, but he has to. He has to header because things like you think about us from set pieces. That is one of our strong suits. So much so that other teams, you guys are picking up how we do set pieces and stuff. Do you know what I mean? So he has to work on that. But in terms of goals, I always said whoever we get, they have to score a minimum of 15 goals in a league. A minimum.
Like, he's got to hit something like that.
Yeah, like, he has to. But in all comps, I don't know. Like, just because...
Do you think he's hitting like 30, 35 goals? Like, do you see that realistically? Or is it purely a let's see how he
do you
beds
know what?
in first?
Yeah, let's say it. Because why not? If he's going to score 15 goals in the league, and then we've got the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, the Champions League... Yeah, and then I feel like now as well, I don't think we even got a penalty awarded to us last season in the league. But like, he's probably going to become our penalty taker as well. So I would expect him to get around that 35 mark. Like, based on what he's done at Sporting, I want to see the same level of goals, if not more.
Yeah, I don't personally think the whole headers thing is too much of an issue.
Yeah, like, I understand why people are worried about it, but I just feel like, look, I always say, because I remember Jack bringing it up when he's talking about Sesko, and I was like, yeah, but how many headers did Thierry Henry score for us? I can't.
Yeah, this is exactly what the comments are saying.
He wasn't like a
talking about Henry.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like as well, I look at our team and I'm like, Mikel Merino's wicked at headers, so is Martinelli, so is Gabriel, so is Declan Rice. Like, we can almost make up for what someone's not good at. So he's going to make up for the fact that almost everyone else in our team is not good at scoring a lot of goals.
And also, Arteta's allowed to change.
Yeah, exactly.
He can change the stuff. He can play. He can say to the wingers, play more low crosses, because he's tall, right? And he's got a good.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got a decent leap or all that, and he's very, very athletic. Is that
and
the
I
big
feel
thing
like
about
as well, most of the time, we actually spend time in the box, like passing it around across the grass, essentially. So I think he'll be fine personally. I think he'll be all right. And
speaking of Arsenal's wingers, there's also been many, many links to, I think, one of the Premier League's favourite players at the moment, in Eze. I think a lot of people like Eze. I think he's fantastic. I was just going to ask if you want him. Clearly you do. Even though he's not necessarily a touchline winger on the left.
Yeah, look, I personally, do you know what? My thing's not even for the left. It's just for the midfield. I feel like last season we lacked so much creativity in the midfield. And that's because, obviously, Odegaard was out for a long period of time. And then as well, when he came back, you could tell he still wasn't up to scratch. It's only in, like, the last couple of games where you was like, oh, he's actually shooting again. Do you know what I mean? He even spoke about in the last game how, like, oh, yeah, my foot really hurts, which obviously he tore his flipping Achilles.
Yeah.
So for me, bringing Eze is like, it's like a breath of fresh air for the midfield. It's another option. Like, he's not really a winger, and I feel like the issue is the Rodrigo thing is kind of gone now. I don't think we're going to get him. I just don't even see him leaving Real Madrid, if I'm being honest. And I guess because we're a high possession team, does it bother me that Eze's not the fastest on the wing? Not really.
That's fine. He's so good on the ball, and his delivery is fantastic. He's just so good
on the ball. Like, it would make up for the fact that he's maybe not a Martinelli in terms of, he's just going to like burst a man.
He's also his set pieces. His set pieces are great, and
he scored one against us.
Yeah,
exactly. He got an assist against us.
Free kicks, it's fine. The Gyokeres header thing is all right because you have enough players who are good at headers for set pieces. If you bring in Eze, someone like that. But so the lowdown on the Eze news is that Arsenal have been heavily interested in a long time.
Yeah.
They believe the player wants to sign for Arsenal over like Spurs, Bayern, Chelsea, whoever are interested in him. But there's been no contact yet, because Palace have been very clear that I can't remember if the release clause is 60 or 68.
I want to say it's 68.
I think it's 68.
Yeah, something a bit weird.
The interesting thing about his release clause is that the payment structures did change. They want the 68, but I believe they've said that can be paid. We want it in 3 installments. Like the Cunha deal, for example, was 20.8 3 times over.
Man. Pay it.
You reckon just pay that?
Pay it. We got money.
And I was about to say, do you have the money?
Yeah, we got money. Pay it.
Oh, well then fine. I think it'll be a fantastic signing.
We didn't buy anyone in January. Last summer, we got Raheem Sterling on loan, and I think we spent like 80 mil because we got Marino and Calafiori. We have money. like we're hearing the club say things. They're making record profits. We're putting our ticket prices up. We earn so much money from the Champions League. Like, go and spend all that. We haven't sold anyone yet. Actually, no, we sold Nuno Tavares, but like,
that's it.
We still need to sell players. Like, if you need to sell someone to get him, then sell someone. Like, we actually have enough players to sell that are not going to have a chance.
You're also in a better position to sell than some
exactly.
some other clubs.
Yeah,
are.
like some.
Like my
Although
club,
it's
Man
going to be
United.
hard though. There's a lot of players we've got that like. I saw today they were talking about Zinchenko. Like, it's hard. It might be a bit hard to move him on because of his wages. Like, it is going to be a bit hard. Like, someone like Sambi Lokonga, he's not really impressed on any of the loans he's been on. So it's kind of like, who's going to buy this guy?
You might be.
Do you guys want him? I feel like you guys need a midfielder. Do you guys want him?
Not really.
Why not?
Because you just told me he's not impressed on any of his loans.
No, but
do you want this player?
good,
You have a horrendous sales
good,
technique. That.
But I would say when he was at Palace, he was good. But then basically Vieira got sacked. So
yeah,
Roy Hodgson was like,
I'm really torn on our current transfer strategy and what we're going to do for the rest of this summer.
Give you a
because
cheeky little
there. I don't know. Let's. We
give you a cheeky little deal.
We are not entertaining this.
Why not?
We're not going to entertain
Why
this.
not? It'd be good for you.
Because I think what we want, United, is a striker, a midfielder, and a goalkeeper. Okay. Right? I think we're going to get a goalkeeper pretty soon. I think it's going to be Lemens from Antwerp. Yeah. Because he's like 13 to 17 million. They're Overmars, who's their sporting director now.
Like, without even like cutting, why don't you try and get Kepa? 5 million release clause. And then I know Kepa's not like a world beater, but he's much better than Onana.
Yeah, no, because I reckon what we want to do is sign someone like Lemens, who's 23, right, and will provide more actual competition to Bayindir, because Bayindir sucks. Yeah. He was great against you. He was unbelievable against you.
I know. Why is everyone's like...
And I have no idea.
I feel like when United play us, someone in your team who's not good, or like a young player decides to have a great game
like
against
Anthony
Arsenal.
on his debut against you, phenomenal wing
Marcus
play.
Rashford. Do you remember that?
Well, I mean, Rashford's a good player anyway.
But 39 shirt.
No. On his debut, he scored twice. Lovely headers.
Yeah,
scored against us. Finisher, yeah. But the thing is, I think bring in someone who's 23, 24, because that's younger for a goal. Yeah, that's like 20, 21 as a normal player.
Yeah.
Who can actually provide competition for Onana. Because Bayindir doesn't, and Onana's safe. He's been so safe for 2 years, right? Because Bayindir's never done anything worthy of getting an actual string of games for the team. So bring a young keeper in who doesn't have to start every game immediately, can spend a year at the club, kind of working it all out, playing a few Premier League games, playing Carabao Cup first and second round that we're unfortunately in. And then Onana, I don't see Onana staying for another season. He will stay this season. Yeah. That is happening. Amorim has a good working relationship with him, and it's not an immediate... we can't go and spend 50, 60 mil on a world-class goalkeeper like Diogo Costa or something.
He was linked with a French team, no?
Monaco, yeah. And then, but the terms of the deal were like they didn't really want to do it, and Neom in Saudi weren't too keen either, I think.
What about like Mike Maignan?
He's just been made captain of AC Milan, I think. So? Like literally today, he got made the captain of AC Milan. No, I would like someone like Lemens. It's more interesting, little pressure. Give him a season to bed. It's what we were speaking off air before about Højlund. It's what we didn't do with Højlund. Yeah. Højlund got thrown in, and he was...
You need someone
from day one at 20, 21 years old, didn't work. Yeah. That's what I like. Striker for us. So actually, we're gonna touch on some of the other news as well and kind of link it in with the striker thing. Is Johan Wissa. Yeah. So Wissa, Newcastle, according to David Ornstein, in literally the last 10, 15 minutes, it's been news broken, 25 million bid for Wissa. Wissa has left their training camp in Portugal about 2 days after they flew out because his head scrambled with his future. Unsettled. New bombshells coming. Come on to the Love Island. And they're asking 50 million plus. But 1 year left on his deal with an option to extend. Extend. So effectively that's 2 years on his deal. But the guy's pushing to leave. And I don't know how Brentford can convince him to stay. If they've just sold Mbeumo, they've sold Norgard to you lot, Flecken's gone. Yeah, Frank's gone. I reckon this could be something that heats up in the market in the next few weeks because they're asking 50 million plus. Yeah. Brentford, you're not getting 50 million. You aren't.
Why not?
I just don't think they are. Because he's going to kick up a fuss and leave.
Yeah.
He's already doing it, clearly.
Yeah, he's left.
And all the teams that want him are improvements. Newcastle want him, Champions League. Spurs want him, Champions League. if United were to come in for him. He got his best mate. We just signed him. And he'd be
know-
starting up top. And he's 28. This is his last big move.
I know João Pedro is much younger than Yohan Wissa, but João Pedro went for about 50 mil. Isn't there an argument that Brentford can at least ask for that amount, considering he scored 19 goals last season or 18 goals? That's incredible. And I don't think he scored... I don't want to say he's the penalty taker. I want to say
João
Mbeumo
Pedro is
was-
23.
Yeah.
Wissa's 29 in September. That's a big
but
factor.
One scored 7 goals, and about 5 of them were penalties, and the others scored about 19 goals. And he's not showing he's not showing like he's slowing down. Don't get me wrong. Look, this is just the market of today. Like, I think
I hate the market today.
I think Brentford would be silly to say that's why they rejected that 25 mil. I think 25 mil is too cheap.
25 mil is too cheap, but I don't think if they were in
They
a
could
strong...
do a cheeky little 40.
That's
give me
why
40 and 10.
This is what I mean. Like, if
Give me 40 and
Brentford were
5.
in a stronger position right now,
Yeah.
they could. They could, because Brighton are in
bro.
such a strong position. They can
Yeah.
sit on João Pedro and go, well, give us 50 mil.
Yeah.
We're fine.
Yeah.
But Brentford, they've just lost their star man, probably their best ever player or one of their best ever players, and it happens to be one of Wissa's best mates.
Yeah, exactly.
And
They're best.
Wissa wants to go. They're not in the position to negotiate. They really could be in trouble this year, Brentford, suddenly.
Where do you think he should go then?
Wissa.
Because we've got Newcastle, we've got Spurs, we've got
anywhere,
Forest.
or those who actually have been linked to him so far?
Let's say them three. Take like United out of it, because United, I feel like you'd be happy.
Yeah,
with
no,
him, but-
I'm purely just saying that I would like him. There's been zero links to him at all.
But like
There
out
probably
of those
will be,
three, because obviously those are the three that
but... So
really
what?
like
Spurs,
him.
Newcastle,
Spurs,
and...
Newcastle, and Forest.
Probably Spurs. No, change my mind. No.
Maybe
Change my mind
Forest.
again. Forest, sorry,
because
Forest, because Chris Wood's...
they've lost Elanga. Chris Wood is getting older. Taiwo Awoniyi, I saw he came back, but he's also a player that has a lot of injury issues.
Yeah, because I
Like-
forgot for a second Spurs of Solanke.
And then as well, he'd be in Europe. Like obviously, maybe not sustainably for the future, but at least for that season, he'd be going into Europe. So I don't know. It's quite hard, isn't it?
I do actually think, and I'm saying this as a United fan, we probably, if we were in, would actually probably be his best destination. Because he'd be guaranteed,
Why
like,
though?
because
There's a lot-
he'd be
there's
a
a
starter
lot-
for a top 6 club.
Yeah, but there's a lot in your. You've got Ahmad, you've got Cunha now, you've got Mbeumo.
No, but he'd be our starting number 9. He just would be. But that aside, it is Forest, because if he comes in at Newcastle, there is the chance that Isak will go. We'll touch on that in a minute.
Yeah.
But he will realistically, let's say Isak stays. He's playing second fiddle to Isak because they're looking for a new Callum Wilson is what they're looking for.
Exactly.
At Spurs,
You can't bench.
he would
Jacob
be
Murphy in that.
second fiddle to Solanke probably.
Yeah.
He'd probably play more games at Spurs than maybe at Newcastle if Isak stayed, but he would still be second fiddle. At Forest, I think he would probably play equal amount as Wood,
Yeah.
and then if and when Wood leaves, he would then be Forest starting striker for a couple of
Am
seasons.
I right to say I think Forest bought like 2 strikers from South America? So it's really like I don't know. It's really tough. I mean,
I
if
think the
Spurs-
market for him is going to change now that this has happened.
I feel like with Spurs though, like they've obviously brought in Kudus. Like we don't know what's going to happen to Son, who's, to be honest, he's past it now. He's not the Son of old. Do you know what I mean? They've got, who else have they got? They've got Odebert, they've got Brennan Johnson, Solanke, Richarlison's trying to leave apparently, but like we've not really heard anything else since then. That was like a month ago. Like we don't know, because this is a player that should start, in my opinion. This is a player that deserves to start.
He was playing week in, week out at Brentford and he was fantastic.
Like the reality is he had a better season last season than Dominic Solanke, but would Spurs start him over him? And I just don't think they would. Like it's really
No, this is what I'm saying. Like I feel like if they didn't have Solanke, obviously following Thomas Frank there,
would
mean that he's in towards the peak. That's what I'm saying. Towards the peak of his career, he'd be starting for a top 6, big 6 team.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, not top 6 team. They were 17th last season.
Yeah. I'm happy for that.
But also a Champions League club.
Yeah.
Annoyingly, when that should be us.
Yeah,
but
you guys are just.
But yeah, if he was to move to Newcastle, he would be playing second fiddle to Isak. So maybe it's a case of wait until the last week or 2 of the window, see what happens to Isak.
Yeah.
Then Newcastle is 100% his best place to go.
You might be right, actually.
Yeah, because on Isak, apparently Isak wants about 300 grand a week.
Yeah.
And he's rumoured to be on around half of that, 150k, which sounds about right because he'll be on
Newcastle.
He's on his second contract to Newcastle, but he's really broken out the last 2 seasons. So got a question here basically asking, do Newcastle need to break their wage structure to keep him at the club, or do they just sell him? Because Saudi clubs are interested. Liverpool, obviously, they love him.
Yeah,
There's still tentative links to Arsenal, but
Yeah.
you're literally about to. You're not. You know what? No,
We're not
get
gonna
Arsenal out of the conversation. You're not signing him. It's fine.
Yeah.
Basically, Liverpool.
Yeah, we've had our ITK, like some of our ITKs already come out and said, like, basically.
I
this
hate
camp-
ITKs.
Yeah, so do I. But
With
they're
a passion.
But like, these
Do you-
ones
do you-
are they're pretty good. But they were like, oh, apparently we had contact with Isak's camp, but it's just too far gone. It's too expensive.
I really think contact means a lot less than people
Yeah,
make it
so
seem.
do I. It's more of just like
Scouting
a
out
cheeky
the
phone.
terms of a deal.
It's a cheeky phone call. Do you know what I mean?
It's basically going, you know, what's up?
Yeah,
Hey.
exactly. You're right.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, you're
Only
right.
when you talk to the club directly, you ring the club up and go, "What's the conditions of a deal?" That's when at least something's cooking.
Exactly.
But
I feel like with Newcastle, like they're in a real dilemma because you've got a club like Liverpool who can afford to pay Isak higher wages. At like they've just given they obviously I don't think they'd give Isak like 300k at Liverpool.
They
Because
wouldn't.
they're a very smart and well-run club. They've obviously just given Virgil van Dijk and Salah like 350, 400k rumoured. But like obviously the price to that is like you'd be challenging for the league every season. You'd be in the Champions League every season. Like you are going to win something every season. Do you know what I mean? There's guarantees there for Isak. So I feel like with Newcastle, they actually do need to raise the demands. They need to try and give him maybe not 300k, but something high. Like what about 250?
What they what they could do,
Passed it
for
on
example,
to
might, should, equals could, whatever. What they could do is, it's a little bit of a, if you want to become, like, create a big seven or whatever, or want to take over a club in the current big six, you need to kind of show a big level of authority, right?
Yeah, you do.
Doing what I'm about to say might be conceding that a little bit, but it could be a case of give him a bumper contract around maybe 250, 300 with bonuses on the condition that you'll let him go the following summer or something.
Yeah.
But then again, he might be harder to sell because it will
Because
retain
of
it might
wages.
retain his value because he'd be on a new contract.
Yeah, it's
but if you're
true.
on higher wages, and I know this very well
you
now,
should.
is that if you give someone 250k a week, Liverpool might only want to give him 200.
Yeah.
So if you give him 250k, Liverpool are going to go, no, we were going to give you 100 mil from next summer, 90 mil from next summer. We're not going to sign him anymore. Then
Yeah.
suddenly your only option is Saudi, but they are owned by Saudi,
Yeah,
which is a
it's true.
whole different
Yeah, it's
weird
a whole
thing. I
nother-
don't even know how to navigate that. So I'm not even going to talk about it.
Yeah, it's a bit of a
But,
strange one. But I mean,
Because on the other side is that let's say
They
they
have to do
accept
it, man.
120 million
Yeah.
and go and get Wissa, they've still got a Premier League goal scorer who won't score as many goals as Isak.
Yeah, he
but
might not be as
able
flashy
to
as
bring
Isak.
in Gordon and
Yeah.
Harvey Barnes, etc., into the game more.
Yeah, oh my God,
and they
Harvey
level
Barnes,
up,
what
and then they can also go and reinforce elsewhere.
yeah, that's so true.
So it could be a case of bite the bullet on that one. You're safe in the Premier League. You're in the Champions League next season, so
Yeah.
you can sell him for 120 million, and you can get some solid talent in.
True. But then
It might be worth it.
I feel like for Newcastle though, like they've had quite a disappointing window so far because they've missed out on almost all their targets. I mean, Ekatike, they've been linked with him since 2022. They've missed out on him.
Yeah.
And Buemo, like Wissa at the moment, we don't really know. João Pedro. So they might be looking at it like, what's the point of getting rid of something? Like Isak is the guy for them. He's proven. We see it already. He's a threat. Look,
One of their best ever players, maybe?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say that.
But I'll try to catch
I don't
you
want
out
to
there.
say that, but let's call him like cult hero at the moment because he's won them something. Actually, he might be a bit higher than that.
No, I'm saying I think it's higher than that.
Yeah, he might.
He's one
I
of
don't want
the...
to. I actually hate saying the word legend. Like it's so
very overused as a
do you know what
term.
I mean?
Yeah, it is very overused.
But
as a
he's
term.
like he might get there. Like
if he was to stay,
yeah. Do
potentially.
you know what? When you think about it, right? Since he's joined, they've been in the Champions League twice. He's won them their first trophy in 70 years, and he scored in the final. He was incredible.
He's hit numbers that they maybe haven't seen since
I went
Alan
to the
Shearer.
games. I went to the Newcastle versus Arsenal games. He was amazing on all of those. He absolutely terrorized us. Like he might be like scraping up. I don't like saying the word. I feel like obviously only Newcastle fans can say if he's a legend.
If he was to stay and then get like
Yeah, and if
ignore
he gets
all
some-
interest, everything, blah
Yeah.
blah blah, then yeah. But
if he was to, or even if he was to stay and get them a record fee, Like, I mean, he's already kind of demanded that, although he's not going as of right now. But let's say a club comes in and pays 120 mil and he's done all that for him, all that for Newcastle.
You know what? He would become one if he then came back when he was like 34 for like one last remontada season. That's you know what? Sick. That might be the script. That would
actually be pretty cool.
You know, but someone who's coming back, not to Arsenal but the Premier League, is Granit Xhaka.
Yeah,
to Sunderland. Well, the deal's not done yet. But
when
basically,
AGT was mentioning this when we did our show together, I was like, that is perfect.
Mate, it's so good for them.
That is so good for how old?
It's good for the Premier League as well because he's a character.
Exactly, he's a character. He's Prem proven. Like, imagine if he comes to Sunderland and can help them stay up. They've obviously lost Joe Bellingham. Like, they need to kind of fill that. And then as well with Granit Xhaka, he scores goals. Like, he actually scores goals.
Bangers.
He scores bangers. He only scores bangers.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be great. And then as well, he's a leader. He's one of those figures where I wouldn't be surprised if he becomes a manager in the future, to be honest. Just because of how he is. Yeah. Like,
Sunderland have a very good story. Yeah, and I think bringing Xhaka in is a fantastic next chapter for that. Because they're signing everyone at the moment, right?
They signed Adingra.
They're going like not quite Forest levels, but they're
being serious.
They're being a little more picky than Forest, but it's what 9-10 signings or something now.
But they're being serious about it because they look
good, well scouted.
Yeah, I feel like what I could say about previous promoted teams, I feel like they've not been serious in terms of their signings. Like, other than Forest, we all kind of criticised at the time, like, you signed like 20 players, but I guess they got it right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I look at like Southampton, I look at Leicester. Like, who did they really sign to help them stay?
No.
They didn't do that.
All three teams were.
Yeah, they were crap.
Yeah.
Awful. Like, Ipswich fought, but then I even think Ipswich's like signing was Sammy Smodics of like Blackburn Rovers
and Hutchinson.
Yeah. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't enough. That's not enough Premier League
That's not a game changer who then keeps you up. Yeah.
It's not like not mentality, but it's not players that are gonna help like young players who maybe have never been in the Prem before, like keep their heads up when you're going to fucking Arsenal away and Liverpool away.
Yeah, you just get beat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, and I think Granit Xhaka is perfect. He's such a character.
Yeah, it's his last big contract, and as well, you kind of think, what, you're at Bayer Leverkusen, you won the league a few seasons, blah, 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 but then at the same time, what else is he going to do there? Like, Ten Hag's there now.
He's a legend of Bayer Leverkusen.
Oh yeah, easy.
Absolutely.
Was he there? He was their captain, right? No, or was he not when they won the league?
I don't know.
Cannot remember. I mean, he was a big part of it.
But he was probably a part of the leadership.
Yeah, but either way, he did what he did at Leverkusen, which was such a one-off.
Yeah.
Ten Hag's there now. They've lost Frimpong. They've lost Wirtz.
They've lost.
They're gonna lose
Xhaka, Jonathan Tah. They've lost to Bayern.
Jonathan Tah. That's the other one. Yeah. Like it's done. It's done for him there, and he can just leave after an amazing few years. And he comes back to the Premier League.
Yeah.
And then he has like one last couple seasons. I think like Sunderland's whole story of being in the Prem, and then dropping down, having having the documentary. I like it. I like when of the four teams in the playoffs before obviously we knew everything.
Yeah,
Sunderland was my pick because I like the idea of United.
I was happy they got promoted, but for just a purely selfish reason, I wanted Coventry to come up just because I don't want to go that far. I just don't want to travel that far on a away day. That's the only reason.
I was thinking Sunderland or
I watched
Bristol.
that game.
Because Bristol would have been fun, new team.
Ugh, no.
Just in the way it's a new team. I like seeing new team
No
new
offense,
teams
Bristol.
come up.
Zero. No, not exactly.
I don't give a shit about them. I just wanted a new team.
But like that, I remember watching Coventry versus Sunderland. That was better than Europa League final. That was an incredible game to watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dan Ballard last minute.
Yeah.
Perfect.
No, I'm happy Sunderland are up because it means that the.
And it's good for the Prem because now you've got one of the best derbies back.
That's what I was about to say. Tyneside derby. Yeah.
We've missed that so much. So like, you know, these are two clubs that absolutely hate each other. They're so close.
It's Premier League culture.
It's heritage.
Yeah, heritage. That's the word. It's heritage. Heritage is back.
It's heritage. Like
100%.
Oh my god.
You okay there?
Okay. I got so excited. Yeah, it's heritage, so it's good to have it back. To be honest, and I think imagine Granit Xhaka 09. Oh, just cheeky little dark arts. It's perfect.
All this until he comes to the Emirates and puts on a clinic. By the way.
Oh no.
He's going to come back in. You're going to give him a nice, well done.
Come back,
Xhaka, come back. And then he
came back for a friendly. And he lost.
Well, by Leverkusen.
Yeah.
Then.
We smoked them.
Lol. By the way,
Granite,
I was
I
going
love
to quickly say, drop a like on the video.
Yeah, guys.
Let us know what you think about what we're talking about. Do you agree, disagree with all of us?
Yeah.
But next one is a weird transfer that came out of nowhere and then dipped as soon as it appeared, which is Morgan Gibbs-white to
The whole thing is hilarious.
Spurs. Oh, my brain went for a second there. Morgan Gibbs-white to Spurs.
It's
It literally
so
it went from...
Here we go. I saw it,
Spurs are
here we
interested.
go.
Oh, Spurs have put a bid in. No.
He's
Yep.
agreed. He's
Medical
going.
done. Don't they only do the medicals once the deal's agreed?
Yeah.
So how was he going from
you
medical?
you have to sign everything, and then the player goes and does the medical.
So Forest did that, and then let him go to the medical, and then went, oh wait, hold on, no.
Yeah, that's why the whole thing makes zero sense to me.
I know. It's bizarre, isn't it?
It's so weird to me because I'm just like, or typically sometimes you sign, like, you exchange all of the documents and, like, they maybe do the medical, and the medical's kind of like the last part to, like, ties everything together.
Yeah.
But, like, the whole, like, this is a legal thing. Like,
I feel for him, you know.
I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, why would you put this clause in if you don't want this clause to ever be triggered? Like, I just don't get it.
It's
Then you basically said, okay, yeah, you can go. Like, it's so weird. The whole thing makes zero sense. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. So the lowdown on it is that Forest have, they've blocked the DMs.
Yeah.
Right. They've blocked their number.
You're not chatting to my baddie.
Yeah,
this is my girlfriend.
Unadded on Snapchat, away from the private story.
This is my girlfriend you're chatting to. It's like, I don't know, like, it's probably like you have a girlfriend and, like, I don't know, a footballer slides in their DMs. That's probably
And then you turn up at their door going,
Yeah.
what are you saying?
And
Why?
you're just like,
get rid of that
you're like
phone,
to your missus,
snap it.
block him.
You're
That's
never
probably what it
going to
is.
London again.
Yeah.
And then the Forest owners hope that Man City are going to come back in for Gibbs-white now that the 60 million clause,
Yeah.
it's out there, right?
Yeah.
They're
I don't think
hoping
that's happening.
Morgan Gibbs-white, as a player, has told the owner that he wants to leave. If he was to leave, it would be for a Man City level caliber of club, with Forest owners or whoever is in the blind trust,
Yeah.
believing
this.
that Tottenham do not fit the same category as City. This is according to Alex Crook of TalkSport.
Yeah.
However much you want to believe TalkSport is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
But Forest
I
are
think-
also working to sign Douglas Luiz, who obviously wants to leave
that would
Juventus.
be really good. That'd
Be great.
really-
I wasn't against it when the whole
Yeah.
Sancho Luiz thing came up. I'd rather take cash for Sancho,
Yeah.
but I wasn't against it.
Douglas Luiz is a fantastic. I remember when he was linked with Arsenal. I think this was before we got Jorginho, and
it
I was
was
like,
2024. You
Yeah,
guys were really in.
and
No,
he's-
2023.
yeah,
you were really
I
in
think
for him.
we even, like, I don't know if we bid or anything. Like, I think
It was
we
close.
might have, or
It was
we was
close.
really close, but it didn't really end up happening. He's really, really good, and, like, he's gone to Juventus. It's not worked at all. Like, he's been sitting on the
His
bench.
rep's been completely cooked because
Yeah.
he had 5 years
Yeah,
with
he was
Aston Villa,
incredible at
and
Villa.
he was good,
Yeah.
and then he was better, and then he was great,
Yeah,
and he
he
just
was
kind of,
really
and then he
good.
went to Juventus with Alicia Lehmann.
Yeah.
They then broke up, and then now he wants to leave Juventus again.
At least she won the league there.
Yeah,
At least she left.
She
for some-
played like 3 games,
Yeah,
and
she
then was
didn't
like
play that
sent to
many
retention.
games.
She
Yeah,
sent
yeah.
retention in the video. Wasn't
She's
she?
kind of like women's Serie A. It's not like, well, it's not even called. It's called like feminine Serie or something like feminine
Who knows?
or whatever. But like, it's not as big. But yeah, that's why she was like the poster girl.
But now he wants to go back, and I think he wants to come to the Premier League. Back to
Yeah,
the
why
Premier
not?
League. Forest, I think it'd be a great signing, especially because they've got cash.
Yeah.
This whole
they
Lang,
do.
55
Oh,
million.
yeah, that's
I
so
mean, we
true.
took about 7 of that.
Yeah,
but
they probably
minor
have.
stuff.
They've got the Europa League.
And the
cheeky
Europa League
money.
steam. Well, maybe not, because Palace have put in their official complaint or to CAS. And
I don't
the
think-
decision will be made on or before August the 11th. So we'll know.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Palace have to go through the... You know what? I do feel bad for Palace.
So
They
do I.
qualified
I
for the
really-
Europa League, right? Completely fine.
Yeah.
Their owner doesn't own them anymore. He
Yeah.
doesn't even own them anymore. I know they missed the deadline, so don't come for me. I'm well aware they missed the deadline, so technically whatever the rules, but
Yeah.
Forest are obviously winning in this situation.
Yeah.
But Palace, they don't. It's not even like they're in the Conference League. They have to go through the qualifiers.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
They have to go through the qualifiers of the Conference
yeah, I
League.
don't-
It's against the teams that they would slap up
Yeah.
first game of pre-season anyway. But
that's peak.
it's peak.
That's
But also,
really peak.
they might still do the qualifiers and then they get back into the Europa League because
Yeah.
they've launched the appeal and they'll know before the Premier League starts. And obviously, the Europa League doesn't actually start until
I'm
September
pretty
anyway.
sure I saw like a Palace fan tweet how like they've been in Europe twice and both times they were kicked out.
Yeah.
And I was like, really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
like,
they've been kicked out both times.
And I was like, do you know what? I think with Palace, I feel really sorry for them. They won the FA Cup. They should be in Europa League. And I feel like it's really kind of like, I look at it like, how come Man City and Girona were able to play?
Leipzig and Salzburg were in the same group
Leipzig
a few
and
years
Salzburg,
ago.
Like, do you know what I mean?
It's because they were more prepared for it.
Yeah.
So they had all the paperwork ready. And then when they're like, "Oh, Palace, why didn't you put yourself in a blind trust in March?"
Yeah, like they wouldn't
In like the fifth round of the FA Cup.
They didn't know, like, as well, the whole Lyon stuff. Like that was all really uncertain. They got relegated. Now they're not relegated.
Yeah.
Like, I feel really.
It's
don't get me
so
wrong.
unfair.
Yeah, they missed it. They missed the deadline, but I just think it was sold. Like, I think
it's like missing the deadline for an essay you didn't know you needed to write.
If anything, give them a cheeky 10k fine. Let them play in Europa League. Like, they deserved it. They won the FA Cup fair and square. Yeah. Like, they made magic for their club. It's actually very sad. It's sad for football that they're not in Europa League. Yeah. That's how I see it.
No, I agree.
Forest, I mean, yeah, for Forest, it's a good thing for them because they're currently in it.
They also, Forest bottled it so hard that the fact they get Europa League after they were third. They bottled. Sorry, if Forest fans watching, I'm just going to say you completely and utterly bottled the Champions League, Champions League places.
I remember at one point, I think this is when we played Forest. No, actually, no. But I remember Forest at one point were 3 points behind us, and we were like, oh my god. That is really bad. Like, we even looked like we could have dropped out of that top 5.
Yeah.
And, like, obviously we were having a really bad season. We had all these injuries and stuff. To then for Forest to go from, like, basically locked on third for the majority of the season, like 90% of the season, to go to, where did they finish? 5th or 6th?
I want to say 7th. I want to say 7th.
Actually, yeah, probably 7th. To finish 7th, like, it's still really good. At the start of the season, they definitely would have taken that as a massive jump from basically being a relegation side to being in Europe. But I feel like they might have felt a bit, like, gutted because they were in those Champions League spots for such a long time.
Yeah, so they missed out on Champions League by 4 points.
Oh.
So they got 65, Chelsea got 69 in 4th.
Yeah, because towards the end of the season, I forgot who they lost to someone. I was like, you should have... Oh, they lost to Chelsea on the last day.
That's true, and also
they lost to somebody else.
Because it's not a situation like Villa, for example, where they were in it until the end and they lost to us on the last day.
Yeah, and even
Villa,
that was a bit controversial.
Even then, they had the VAR thing, but also on the balance of everything, Villa deserved to lose that day because there's no way you let a club like us, play that well after losing to Spurs so badly. That's on you. And obviously, I'm incredibly biased in the situation, so I'm just going to go, we won it, it's fine.
I feel like, you know what, Emi Martinez, Bozo G, just kicked in hard
big
that
time.
Day, and he actually cost them massively.
Yeah, big time.
I feel like if he was able to stay on the pitch, it would have been a different story.
But on that day as well, even before Martinez came off, they couldn't handle our wing backs.
Yeah.
Which has been our big problem area the entire summer.
So
and so the entire, since Ruben Amorim came in, it's been the wing backs have been in our defensive third. Suddenly, Amorim out of nowhere, the day after the most important game, goes, oh, you know what? Play as wingers. Dorgu and Amma, play as wingers, or Mazraoui, whoever's on the right. And we were good. And I think, if I'm going to move on to United for a sec, I think that's how we're going to play next season. And at least I really hope it is. Pre-season against Leeds, it's just, I really think a lot of our core issues... Huh?
Why do we have to play each other first?
It's a weird game, isn't it? Because you're favourites, right? Everyone knows this. You don't even say you're not.
No, I'm not.
Because you are favourites.
I'm not going to.
But at the same time,
we've been favourites playing United for the last 4 years.
We've been horrendous for 2 years, and you still haven't managed to slap us. We've been given a hiding by some teams, and you still haven't done it.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know.
I know. It's always close with us.
Also, it's a game with so many debuts. Burmo's debut, Cunha's debut, Gyokeres' debut, probably off the bench, but still Gyokeres' debut. Zubimendi's debut, maybe Norgard off the bench as well. If we sign a striker and a midfielder and potentially a new goalkeeper because Anana's injured.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's 8 players.
Maybe even if we get
Eze as well, could be.
That's so true.
That's half the players on that team, that's their debuts.
Yeah.
So it's a very weird game.
So far, if we were to get Eze, at least, well, I guess that actually makes no sense because obviously Cunha and Buemo are Prem.
Oh man, those signings are... you know how much life those signings are breathing into me right now?
You look happier.
Yeah, well, I was saying, this is the first time. I'm sure a lot of you haven't watched me before, but I'm on United View a lot with Flex and Co. I don't ever wear United shirts.
Oh my God, you know what? This is so true.
Yeah, whenever I come in the
I feel like the last shirt I
office,
saw you wear was like a Wales shirt. It wasn't even.
I thought I would have worn a Wales kit during
It wasn't
like,
even
last
a United.
summer.
Oh my God.
But
I've actually never even deep this now.
yeah,
Now
because like, I want to wear a United kit when I feel good, and it's been so long until I felt good. But and I saw this in the cupboard today. And that's in Bremo, obviously 8 p.m. last night. Almost shaved my head. No, I didn't.
Nah, don't go that far.
But I do. I'm really split on our squad. I do want to know your unbiased take on our squad, but I'll tell you mine first. I'm split on it because I look at the squad and I go, don't know, these guys were crap last season. But then I look at some of the individuals in the squad and I go, you know what? We got like Lenny Yoro, who I rate so highly. We've got really Kobe Mainoo, who obviously I really rate. Now Cunha and Mbermo. I like Joshua Zirk, so you're not going to put him in the same category as those other ones. Yeah. But on a personal level, I really like him. And then we've got Aiden Heaven, who actually I can't figure out if you guys just screwed that up, not understanding him, or if he's leveled up in the last 6 months.
Do you know what it is? Like,
it's partly probably because he's playing in a back three.
It's Edu tax as well, because Edu is just, I don't know what he's not great at selling players. And I think with Aiden Heaven, he said already, like, the reality is he's not going to start Arsenal. Think about all the players that we have. He's not going to start over. He's not going to start over any of them. Whereas he's got so much a better chance to play for you. And he has
easily,
already.
yeah. No, that's definitely one of the reasons he did it.
Like, we rated him. We really liked him. We took him on pre-season with us. He was part of the, like, maybe 4 youngsters that we took. Him, Marzo, Skelly, Ethan, who else? Josh Nichols. We took them. But, you know, there's no ill. To be honest, as an Arsenal fan, I have no ill with him. Like, I just think, like, this is good for your career. You're not going to start over Gabby Saliba, Ben White, Timber, Kiwior. You're not going to start, or Calafiori. You're not going to start over any of them.
Yeah, him being left-footed and also being someone who used to play midfield does wonders for him.
He's really good.
I think he's fantastic. It was the game against...
And he's got so much time to grow.
It was a game against Real Sociedad where he was in the Europa League. I know it's Europa.
Bad. Yeah, but Real Sociedad
they were bad. But it was his first game at Old Trafford, or I believe his first start at Old Trafford, or maybe he played 45 minutes. But he was phenomenal. Literally, I think he kept stepping up and kept winning the ball. Yeah, he kept getting the ball and he kept passing it on. I was like, you know what, fair play. And then in the postseason, when we played Hong Kong and some team in Kuala Lumpur, he was the central centre back, stepping up, spraying passes left, right. It was lovely to see. But
he's got so much room to grow as well.
Oh, he really does. And he's got
his head on right.
At the moment, he's in a system that suits him so well as well. Back three always protects people. Yeah, David Luiz, for example, at Chelsea. So and then even the wing backs, like when... Because I always think of... Whenever I think of old back threes in the Premier League, my mind goes to Antonio Conte's more than anything. And like how that looked. Because that was a crazy back three. But basically, with United... is I look at the individuals and you've got Bruno Fernandes, you've got
Cunha and Mbermo.
Yeah, Cunha and Mbermo. Like, I look at like about half the squad and I go, these players are very, 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 I think, very good players. Then there's ones that I'm not too sure on, but I'm happy with in the way, like, I'm adding like the Littons code to that category. Then we've got our stinkers. We've got Ugarte. For me, Rasmus Højlund, at least at the moment.
I think my thing with United is that I look at the players and I'm like, there are actually a lot of... I want to be careful how I say this. Okay, if I'm going off base of last season, there's decent players in there. But I think they're players that could maybe on a day do a job for you, but longevity-wise or for a season, if you have them starting for you, I'm like, ugh.
Who are you putting in that category?
Like, Ugarte's in there. No offence, De Ligt is also in there.
Oh, I really liked...
I'm just kind of like... Harry Maguire had a good season, decent season for you guys last season.
He shouldn't
he's also in there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I just look at it. Maybe it's also the fact that you look at it like, we all kind of grew up with a good United, and we see what United used to be, and you're like, there's actually some really bang average players in here. Like we were talking before, like what is your midfield gonna look like in terms of DM? Because if Casemiro cannot start another season for you, he actually can't. That's insane.
Casemiro is a weird one because he was good back end, but at the same time, I agree. He shouldn't be starting 38 Premier League games next season.
He shouldn't start any games. He should be. I know you guys can't really get rid of him. He should just be on the bench. Like honestly,
he's a squad player. He's a squad player who can sometimes do a job when you need him to. Carabao Cup.
Yeah, but
at the same time, he was class second half of the season. The thing about Casemiro, he always starts slowly. So I'm very confident that he's not going to become good until like the end of October, and then he'll start picking up.
Okay.
He does it every time. But in the meantime, our midfield's a weird one.
Yeah, I feel like, don't get me wrong, I know you guys say you need a striker, but I personally think your midfield, try and get a DM. I know DMs are so hard to find.
You know who I'm in love with?
Go and get
Is
João
Baleba.
Palhinha or something.
Baleba.
Oh yeah, true. But then how much is Brighton?
Oh my God, he's fan. But seeing Brighton wants set about 70 this summer.
Oh,
they will want close to 100 next summer.
Yeah.
But the thing is part of me is like, can we go just one more season with our weird options and then drop some hammer on Baleba?
Do you like your club? Are you not scarred enough? Are you not scarred enough from last season? Because I watched a couple of United games.
But at the same time, I agree with you.
No, but
we do need a midfielder badly. We honk in midfield.
Yeah, so you're sat here saying, "Oh, if we just wait out." Like I watched some of your games last season.
This is what's so hard about
you guys were. I don't think you understand. You guys were so bad.
Yeah, I was there every week.
You were dreadful.
I was there twice a week on my sofa crying.
Disgusting. Like, it was even getting to points where I was like, I cannot believe this is Man United. Like, as an Arsenal fan, I cannot believe this is Man United.
Yeah, we were disgusting.
We've seen Man United at some of the greatest Premier League teams. And I'm like, this is a disservice to your club. And you're sat here kind of saying, like, we can kind of wait out. No. I feel like what you guys need to do is, you guys don't have a lot of money and you're finding it hard to sell players. Try and look at some loan options.
I will...
Why, like, I know Douglas Luiz isn't necessarily a DM, but like someone like Douglas Luiz would help your team. Someone like João Palhinha, who's out of favour at Bayern. Like,
you know what, Palhinha is someone I wouldn't mind.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just try and have a look at those. I haven't actually thought of that, the
loan idea, because I do want a new striker. My ideal striker, and I've been saying this for a while, is Ollie Watkins. Provided the fee's okay.
Yeah.
Anything over 40, I'm not massively sold on Watkins, but I like Watkins a lot. Even Jackson. They want 80 million, so they can.
Yeah, that's
Chelsea
crazy.
can fuck off with that. But
Nicholas Jackson's not a bad player.
Nicholas Jackson's the consequence of a load of memes at the moment.
Yeah.
Sorry, or like subject to, or he's suffering from, or whatever.
Yeah.
But
he's not a bad player.
8 months ago, when he was on a scoring run,
yeah,
he was like 70% selected in FPL, so he clearly was rated somewhat by fans.
I want to say he scored like maybe 13 goals in the league this year.
Yeah, something like that.
That's
more
not
than
bad.
more than all of our players.
That's actually a good, considering that Nicholas Jackson is actually a left winger who was moved as striker by Unai.
Jackson, he's not the worst striker in the world.
He's
but
not
he
that
also
bad.
He doesn't move me.
Don't get me wrong. I feel like he has bozo moments, and he could be so much better because he's so strong, he's so powerful. He's actually like decent. He's better than Højlund. He's better than Xerxes.
At striker, yeah.
Yeah, like,
probably.
I'm not saying that you guys should buy him, but that fee is...
Xerxes, I like him, and I think
you're getting swayed by the hair. You're getting swayed by the afro.
Have you seen his hairline?
You're getting swayed by the afro, bro.
When he runs, it's over there.
Yeah, but you're getting swayed by the afro, bro.
I think Xerxes going to come on a lot more this season than people think, because he started so badly last season. I'm not saying he's the answer or anything, but I think goalkeeper, 100%, we need him.
Yeah, you guys. I feel like, don't get me wrong.
Striker and midfielder. It just if someone buys Garnacho,
and Cunha could play like not long term, but they could play false. They could play up front.
I was researching this morning. And Mbeumo has played 65 games at either striker or like second striker for Brentford, and Cunha's played 146 games through the middle in his career.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so
they can do a job there.
Exactly, they can do a job there. I feel like just maybe. If there's any area you could hold out in, maybe hold out there, just because I personally think your midfield needs so much work. Like, Mason Mount he's average at best.
Mason Mount's the most squad player.
Yeah, he's
around.
such a squad player. Like,
they comments keep saying Mason Mount because of me.
Oh yeah,
I've seen it like 4 times.
Yeah, actually.
I know.
I forgot about this. This is your like.
I get it a lot. Yeah.
But like, Mason Mount is squad player. Start Cobby. Do you know who I really like that you guys have? That Toby Collier. He's really good. I like him. Give him
runs
more chances
for days.
He's so good. I really like him.
No,
he's got a really
the issue
good
is his
future.
last season he had about 3 injuries.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He's going on pre-season tour though.
Yeah, he's good.
And he did play against Leeds.
Try and give that kid more chances. But I think your midfield needs work, like desperately.
I don't mind the idea, get a striker, get a goalkeeper, and then get a midfielder on loan, because I do want us to spend big on a defensive midfielder. Yeah. I'm talking like Caicedo
honestly,
money.
I'm going to tell you as someone whose club had to do it, Declan Rice has changed our club.
We have to do it.
I know what it's like. We went so many seasons without a DM, without a proper DM, without someone who's going to be fit every game, who's got so much to their game. Honestly, look at Chelsea and look at Arsenal. That's why we paid that amount for Caicedo. That's why we paid that much for Declan Rice. And that's why, you know, we were, not even just us, but that's why Man City and Bayern were so willing to spend 100 mil or around that price for Declan Rice.
It's something
we were willing to spend 80 mil to 90 mil on Caicedo at the time before we got Rice, because it's so... honestly, your DM runs your game, and you guys just don't have that. And I feel like you guys need to go and get that. You're talking about strikers and stuff, important.
But the thing is if we can't do that this summer. We don't have any money. We are broke.
Look at a loan.
This is what I'm saying. Is
tell Sir Jim
like
dead off the circus team.
I really don't mind that. Buy a striker, buy a goalkeeper, loan a midfielder, and then drop 100 million on Baleba next summer. By the way, I am so set on this guy.
Just get a bit of a stopgap.
Or Wharton, but more Baleba.
Get a stopgap midfielder to help you try and get back into the top half of the table, potentially Europe, because you've only got one game a week as well. That's actually, it's maybe a blessing in disguise for you guys, because then you can just focus on trying to get back to how you're supposed to be. And then next summer, hopefully, if you are in Europe, you can then spend some of that money on getting, your Whartons, your Balebas. Do you know what I mean?
I don't mind that at all. As a United fan, I do think the worst is behind us. I do
for your
think
sake,
that,
I hope it.
Because I don't know what.
These guys say you're looking like Mason
If it's not, I really don't know what. I don't want to know what it is.
You might be entering your Mbeumo days if not.
What with my hair? Be me and KG.
Oh my god, yeah.
You
might have to get KG
incredibly
to drop you
bald.
Yeah, you might have to get the beanie links off KG.
No, I'll just go get a fresh Ego Kid cap.
Like flex.
I was actually thinking I'll see if I can find one, because I'm on weekend preview on Thursday.
We've got one for you, don't worry.
I was thinking I might wear a fresh Ego Cap Kid and then just sit there like flex.
Need a jumper and
for an hour and 15 minutes.
Bring your long sleeve jumper.
Shout.
And your
or if we get more good news, I'll just be on another United top. Yeah. I think I've got a long sleeve one actually. But Kenya, it's been a pleasure.
Yes.
Filming with you for the first time, hopefully not the last as well. And you guys in the comments have seen you've been very active today. A lot of clown emojis, a lot of Mason Mount stuff, a lot of stuff about Jackson, which is all come in the last 5 minutes after I said he wasn't too bad of a player. But thank you so much for those who have watched the whole show, or if you're just dropping in, or as well, if you're watching after the live.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments what you think about what we said. What do you agree with, disagree with? And remember, there is, I believe, a stream for the game afterwards if you want to plug.
Yeah, England versus Italy on DR Sports. Make sure you're here. We're going to go live at like 7:45. So
make sure you are there. Make sure you're watching the game, supporting the Lionesses, of course, against Italy after one of the worst penalty shootout.
Yeah, Ty is going to be here.
Oh, Ty as well.
Yeah,
there you go.
That's
a big one.
Yeah, big one, mate.
He'll be his usual self. Yeah. But apart from that, it has been an absolute pleasure hosting this show for the first time. Hopefully I'll be back in. I will be here tomorrow. Don't know if I'm hosting or not. We'll find out. But remember, live at 5 every weekday, 5 p.m. till around 6 p.m. And I'll see you in 23 hours. Cheers.